Hosting you back with another video. We're gonna do a story time today, so here we go. It's gonna be a crazy ex-girlfriend story, so hope y'all enjoy. I'll do it the best I can. Okay, so about 2 years ago, I was visiting some friends who lived about a 2-hour train journey from where I lived. Had dinner, went out to his local bar and music venue, had some drinks, and met this friend of theirs called, let's call her Ale. We hit it off in a big way, had similar tastes in almost everything, similar views, and talked about all sorts of things that you wouldn't talk about with someone you just met. She seemed like the most incredible person and painted herself to be this amazing, unique girl filled with all sorts of great stories and interests. I was submitting. Things went to plan that night. We got together and went back to her place that night to cook up a port storm. So basically, they met at a music venue.
The stay right here is where we end this.
They went back to her. We was hitting it off really good. We went back to her place and we cooked. I hope y'all enjoy the story. I'm gonna try to commentate it the best I can. So don't roast me. It's my first one. The next week we were speaking very regularly over text, phone, and Facebook, almost too regularly. I was getting obsessed with this girl. We arranged for her to come down to my place and stay for a while. I ended up taking a week off work. We spent our time doing all sorts of co-play stuff, for fine dining at all the most expensive, not so disposable income. Going on romantic walks and sharing everything there was to know about ourselves and to each other. Turns out she had apparently been abused as a child and had a little brother that died when he was 4. That part was true. Her mom was in prison, etc. A big steaming heap of what turned out to be the total bullshit. But at the time, I loved that she trusted me so much so soon. It drew me in closer. In short, we fell in love very quickly, and she agreed to give this not so long distance relationship a go. So basically, it's a week off of work. Ended up being all bullshit. You'll hear it as we get more into the story, but
Let's go.
yeah. Shit got really fucked up once. I had made the commitment we would speak every day, and that's just not where there was a problem. Just a problem after problem after problem. Turns out she was seriously in debt and couldn't afford to eat, and was in danger of getting chunked out of her house, which she said was her housemate's fault. Turns out it was her fault all along. Feeling sorry for her, I would get the train down several times a week, which cost me a fortune. I would arrive at hers very late, cook for her, pay for her food for the week, pay for her pet food, 2 cats, a house rabbit, and a ferret. It's far too many pets for someone in her condition. I would leave for work every morning at 5. She seemed to be so grateful for everything I did for her, and kept hinting that she'd found the man she was looking for and wanted to make a much more serious commitment. So basically, she had a lot of pets, and I was paying for everything for her. It gets more crazy, just keep listening. So basically, summer came around, and I was about to go to Glastonbury, the music festival, the next day with a big group of my friends. At this point, she was very much dependent on me and wasn't happy with me going, so she sent me a long-winded email. Yes, email about how much she loves me, how she wants to be with me forever, how she may have accidentally given me chlamydia. HI motherfucking VI lost it. I was absolutely fuming, but I went to the festival anyway. And this news was a pretty big downer on the whole weekend. When I got back, she was totally losing it and spoke regularly about suicide. How I wasn't there for her. Leave this in your mind, how I did everything for her, but she said I wasn't there for her. all the while very bitter towards me, which I can only attribute to the fact that I spent 5 days away from her with my friends, so I tried spending even more time with her, neglecting my own friends and family, and wanted to meet some of her friends, which she had always been apprehensive about introducing to me. We went out drinking with a few of them one night. Turns out she had slept with most of them, boys and girls. Turns out that some of them are amazing stories that Elle had told me, surrounded with awfully familiar to the stories her friends had. So similar, in fact, that they were identical. I didn't bring this up to the end of the farcical relationship, however you say it. After much arguing and unbearable stress, my body gave me in, and I caught the dreaded swine flu. I know, sir. 2008, she's kindly decided to break up with me over text, while I was in the throes of that hideous illness, which led to one of the worst weeks in my life. And oh, did I mention that throughout this whole saga, she was living with her ex-girlfriend and some guy that used to have regular threesomes and parties with, and anal parties with. This whole relationship is bullshit. Shit was crazy as fuck. Anyway, for some fucking reason, we tried being friends again after the shit she put me through. I guess I felt sorry for her after she tried to kill herself, which according to she tried to kill herself, which according to her ex-housemates was another lie. Her actions forced me to take an STI test. No one chooses to have a cotton swab shoved up your Jap's eye if you don't need it to. So basically, anything she said, she lied about. And all sorts of different tests. She claimed she gave me chlamydia and all this. It's the craziest thing ever. I told y'all this. Watch who y'all get with. They shouldn't clean. And they and stay loyal to your loved ones. If you don't love them, then don't just break up with them. Don't hurt them. So, yeah. Told y'all this was gonna be a crazy one, so I hope y'all enjoyed. If you want me to do anything else, I will.